just the channels, and it's crazy because like it sounds creepy as hell. I've gotten used to it, but initially it was just weird. It was just like, what the hell is this? What the hell is
Yeah,
this?
because
But
I heard it
it's
when it said now recording.
yeah, and it's a weird thing. But I'm up here. I just realized that I'm up here talking all this noise about put your phone on silent, and as soon as I press record, my phone starts vibrating.
Oh, I mean, it happens, yeah. You think nobody gonna hit you up, but everybody seem to hit you up when you're doing something.
That's normally how it goes. Oh, since the shit's fucking on and popping, you should probably start with introducing yourself.
Hey, yo, world, Discord, everybody listening. Nah, I mean, it's the big homie Gran Larson checking in live from Dallas, Texas. Nah, I mean, it's your boy in the flesh. What up, though?
That's your sign off, bro. That's you. You sound like you about to get ready to spit. This not a show. It's a podcast.
Ready to drop. Come in ready to drop bars.
Actually, I was wondering if I was going to do that because it's. I'm thinking about having two types of casts that I do. Basically, they'll both just be like the premise is just have a conversation and just chill.
Yeah.
But like for my friends that are artists, like I like to dive in and talk to them about their craft because I mean, why not? That shit's it's one of those things that'll help growth for people. That's the way I think of
Yeah.
it. And
Why
shit,
not?
I'm
Get to
willing
know
to
the
drop some
artist, bro.
bars. You said what?
I say you get to learn more about the artist, really.
Yeah, and that's I think that'd be dope as hell. Like, and I thought it'd be really cool to just start with home and just see what the hell happens with it. Because I mean, it's all about consistency, and that's the reason why I'm just like, hey man, this is a kind of an easy, chill ass thing. Why not try to do it?
Why not? Ain't nothing else to do, bro. So why not?
Exactly, pretty much. Um, shit. The last time I saw you, I was producing that whack ass garbage I sent you. That's how I knew it was time for me to like recollect on everything in life, and I had to hit that straight up
Yo,
ghost mode and just figure
we,
shit
we
out.
could have made it work, yo. We could have made that work.
Nah, man, it was because for me, I'm like always in the hyperdrive. Like what I
Yeah,
mean by that is just like life is so fast between work, between trying to attack your craft, between just any and everything, and
yeah.
like I'm up here trying to meet with you, meet with people, and do music, but I'm up here in these weird time periods, and I could never just flow correctly, and
Yeah,
it just
man.
started
I
turning
feel you.
into just chaos.
I feel you, cause life gonna always happen first, bro. You gotta take care of that first before you can do anything else.
Yeah, and I always like for me, I realized that from like just interacting with you. Like I don't know if you know Damo or Donnie Domino, but like you guys are always in this relaxed, chill state. Like you understand that it's supposed to. It's like it's about taking a step back, absorbing it, and and then reacting.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you gotta step away. It's like it's needed. It's every now and then it's needed to just get ghost and focus on yourself. Cause all you got is you, man. You only got one life. You don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to make yourself unhappy. If you're not happy doing what you do, then you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't really be doing it. But you always
Yeah,
gotta take a step back and just reflect on everything and realize, yo, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Collect yourself, collect your thoughts, and go on with a positive mindset and just handle that shit.
I like I like that. And it's crazy because we know all the words to boost your ass, but
Yeah.
it's like there's also that action behind it.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, man. You just gotta get to it. That's the only thing you do. The sooner you get to it, the sooner you get it done.
Yeah, what you been working on? Because I know it's just crazy. Because like I was like I'm kind of from a different time period. Because my memories is, you're always in the studio, you're always posting and doing shit. So Well, what's been up, man? What you been working on?
Man, it's been a while since I've been to the stool too. I say like a month and a half maybe. Um,
A month and a half, nigga. That's not long, but I get you. I get you. For you, yeah, that's probably long.
yeah, it's a long time because me, I always like to keep myself occupied because I don't like feeling the, you know what I'm saying? I don't like being bored. Once I start getting bored, my mind starts to wander. That's never a good thing. So I always try to stay in the studio or at least try to get in, even if it's not my session, one of my homie sessions. You know what I'm saying? Just eavesdrop on these sessions, just feel the vibe of everybody putting in work trying to achieve something. It's like I hate to feel bored and like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, that's
So really I just been working on my project Soul 73. I've been working on that for a little while now. Even when we linked together the last time, I was still working on it, but at that time I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So
it
now
wasn't.
you said what?
I was gonna ask you, was it because I remember it was the like you said, Soul 73, and it wasn't. It was like a combination of like funk kind of in a way, or was it funk or just old school soul basically in a way?
It's more of a actually it's kind of both because I take influence from both sides, the soul side and the funk side. I take a little bit from each and try to incorporate it into the raps or whatever production that I go with for these records to put the raps on. So everything does play a part.
I feel that. I feel that for real. Cause I remember that session in just general, it was just cool just jamming out to all that shit. Um
Yeah,
it's a smooth I don't know, it's something magical from the people that was doing the shit before we did. They understood it. They understood it a little bit. I won't say a little bit more than us, but they fucking got it. I had an uncle that would always say that love balance was the key to this shit because I don't care. At the end of the day, somebody gonna always be singing about some love and shit. So
that's a
if that ain't
fact
enough to
too.
say that,
Yeah, everybody gonna sing about love. Everybody's gonna rap about money and their life. People gonna always, you know what I'm saying, sing about heartbreaks and breakups and all of that. So it all comes full circle, man. Everything done already been said before. It's just how can you put it in a different way to make it special.
yo, it's that campfire story. I mean, I forgot what it was. Somebody was saying that's what we are. That's what will always be. Humans will always be telling that story, no matter what different form it's in, whether it's poetry, whether it's song,
Yeah.
or just on the side of a wall somewhere. It's always gonna be stories that keeps us going, that keeps informing us and everything.
Because everybody got their own point of view of the same story. A lot of us have probably been through the same shit, but everybody has their own perspective and their own point of view about things. So it's always good, even though, it's a lot of songs that may sound the same or be in the same vibe, quote unquote. But, you got to look at that person's experience. Everybody goes through something different.
And that's why I feel it's important to sit down and just talk to people. Like that's the beauty I've been finding out with just listening to other people's podcasts, people that's actually genuine, that's not really trying to put a gimmick and spin on things. They're just trying to sit down and have a conversation with people. I really think
Yeah,
that's where it's at. It's that chill, that natural. I don't know. I really fucks with it, and that's it. For me, I'm a person that I've realized that I enjoy energy from others and
yeah.
interacting with people. It helps me. I don't know. It makes me want to get back out to do things and create things and stay at it. So
And another thing, you're understanding, and that's what the world really needs. It's just understanding.
yeah, I don't want. I was gonna
That's a
ask you if you. I think if it was something along the lines of what was your what I guess what made you even want to get into making music in the first place.
just listening to like old records from like that I grew up on from back in the day. And I used to, you know what I'm saying? I think since like elementary school, like fourth or fifth grade, it's like everybody just crowding around the lunch table. This around the time when clips first came out with grinding, that was the beat that everybody wanted to rap on. So it was like we would do the beat on the lunch tables, and everybody just
Yup.
crowd around and start freestyling. Like that's how it really just came up. We didn't know what we was rapping about. We were just saying stuff, and that's how it really just came about.
That takes me
That's like
fucking back.
that's like the beginning, because everybody used to try to do beats with pencils and pens. People would use their hands and make beats on the table, and everybody would just crowd around. Nobody had like writtens. No, it was no writtens back then with us, because we wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, just trying to rap. This is like doing it for fun. We in the lunchroom, during lunch, during breakfast,
Yup.
during gym, even during
Don't let
class
that
with a
teacher
teacher
step
walk
out.
out.
Yeah.
Even when the teacher stepped out for a sec, we everybody just started rapping. So
So
that's
many of
how it
those
really
pins.
started.
I remember like all those desks that would have the little lead marks on it from that. It's that beat where you go boom.
No, that's a fact, man. That's a true fact for real. It's like everybody tried to make their own beats and everything. I'm pretty sure producers that's making beats now probably started out that same way.
Yeah, man. I know for me there was always a fascination because I don't know I've always wanted to make music. I think it was who was it? It was like going into middle school. I was trying to go to orchestra because I wanted to learn how to play guitar. And then
Yeah,
that morphed into me playing violin, me know with some homies to start a band. And then, because for me, rap didn't kick off till it was sophomore year. Because for me, I was always like, hey man, I'm trying to make a punk rock band in this bitch. And then next thing I know, was just with some homies and everybody. I was just rapping to hang out with people. And then
yeah,
we started, I was actually good at it. You know, it was just like one of those things like, oh snap, I'm kind of good at this. And then
yeah,
I got to a
yeah.
crowd that actually was like, they weren't just making music to make music. They were trying to put some heart into it. And when I learned that, I was like, there's a whole nother fucking facet to this shit. And
Yeah, it's
I got
another level.
addicted.
That's how it was. Like every grade that I went to, like every school, it was always two or three people, maybe three, four people that would be rapping. So you'll link up with them, not even just kick it around them, but just hang. You know what I'm saying? During school, everybody just link together, and the freestyle session can pop off at any moment. Everybody just rocking, saying, you know what I'm saying, saying their best raps. I didn't really start writing raps until I got to high school. I say like my sophomore year, I started writing raps.
I started writing after I found out that you could do a lot more than
Yeah,
just rap off the dome. You can just get extremely just basically you could take creativity and just it never stops. It's just you throw an exponent on it and it just keeps going. That's how you want it to be when you're making this shit. You want to always keep
that's
evolving.
right.
At least that's
Yeah,
how I
man.
feel about it.
I can dig it. I feel you on that. I still got all my old raps from like, know what I mean, from back then, back in high school, sophomore, freshman, sophomore year. I still got all them old tablets, all the papers turning colors, and all that. I still got them old binders and tablets, man.
Warping at the edges. I know exactly what you're talking about. I I think I still got mine. It's either I kept it or I gave it to my little brother because he was using it. He was saying something along the lines to me that he was using that to learn. And because I remember for him, he was like he used to struggle like reading, and he
Yeah,
said he took my tablet and he used the tablet to help him learn how to read more. And
that's
I was like,
fine.
that's cool. And then I think he was like that kind of inspired him to want to start rapping.
That's fire.
And
That's
it's
fire. Your old material, you know what I'm saying, sparked this new material. That's fire.
I wish you would have kept with it. It'd be kind of cool to see if you could actually do that whole duo brother thing and be rapping. Because I know Bino, he always talk about his little brother, and because I remember when I don't know if he was either referencing Chance or his brother. Because I know he has a brother, but he'd always talk about them rapping and stuff. So I don't
Mm.
know if that's how they piggybacked off of each other, but I kind of got interrupted with a phone call and it threw me off. I thought, like I said, I thought I had my phone on silent and my ass is just being a hypocrite. It is just, ah.
You straight, you straight.
But shit. Because I'm trying not to let this be an interview. I don't want it to be an interview. The whole point of it is so I can literally just chill and have a conversation. Like I don't want to think about it as like an interview. It's supposed to just be as chill as fuck. And
Yeah, it's more of a conversation. We're just chopping game, you know.
I think I'm still in like pre-jitters of just learning this shit. I think that's really what it is.
It takes time. It takes time for you, for anyone really. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions, but also keep it conversational. Cause
Yeah,
we really just chopping game with each other, really just catching up. And know what I'm saying? Cause you're gonna want to ask questions because you want to know some things. Know what I
yeah.
mean? So don't even trip on that. It's all good. Just chilling,
That's a
smoking a joint. Know what I'm saying? Just chopping it up.
That's actually it's I haven't the last time I even had a joint, I was either I can't even remember. I know it was when my bro was still in town, and because that's normally when I would sit back and be able to chill because like most of the time during the time during the week I'm like in hyperdrive all the time because I still do the nine to
Always on the
five
go.
shit, and that shit just keeps me.
Yo, man, these 9 to 5s, yo, we not scheduled for these jobs, yo. Like that's the
Right.
truth. Man. We not scheduled for this. Like they pick niggas for that. It's like this is not us, bro. We ain't supposed to be working these jobs, killing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? For
Yup.
cheap pay. You know what I mean? These companies don't give a fuck about us. So it's like, why should we give a fuck about them? It's like we need to
Bro,
get out and
we
do
learned
our own
that with
thing.
this whole situation. Like they was just dropping niggas like left and right. I heard so many people that just didn't have a job. They were just like, well, we were on a furlough and you guys need to go down to the unemployed employment place. And I knew a person that was like head of a management and they were just like, well, I'm good. But yeah, it's just like it sucks because you get to see the dark side of it. Like this is somebody you cool with,
Yeah.
but it's just so easy to just like, hey man, as long as I'm okay, that's all I get to worry about. They ain't worried about
Yeah,
like, hey, can I
man.
like figure out how to get these people some food or something? I don't know.
At
It's
least
maybe I'm
something,
worrying
some
about it
kind
too
of
much.
comfort. Like some kind of comfort. Imagine what if COVID wasn't going down. You could something could have happened to you
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
couldn't come to work and they still would have laid you off. So they don't really care, man.
That's nah. The one that gets me is like one of the things that's been bothering me when it comes to just this situation is
Hmm.
the like when you're leaving what was I saying? Like basically when you're trying to pay some bills, because like for me I got a car note and
Yeah,
they hit you up with the hey, you can postpone your car note and you can do it for this number of days. What they don't tell you is they plan to throw that shit back at you at the end and you got to pay again. Or it's like you only get to do it for 1 month. If you do it another month, they basically increase the amount that you want to pay overall. And
yeah.
like they tell you, it's like don't get me wrong, they tell you it because they got to tell you because it's legal. But it's like when you in the midst of all this shit, you just hearing them say, "Oh, you said I ain't gotta pay, I ain't gotta pay. Oh shit, I ain't gotta pay." And people probably falling for that shit because I
That's
know
a
damn
fact
well I was
though.
close to falling for that shit. I was gonna
A
put my
lot
shit
of
off
people,
till June.
a lot of people was thinking about that or probably did that, like just put off on paying everything. They gonna hit everybody with that lump sum and it's gonna be a wrap for a lot of people.
Yup, yup. Not to mention, I don't know, man. This shit's still shaky. Like I don't know how this shit's gonna turn out by the end because what they calling this like Spanish flu 2.0. So it's just we trying, but all I know is this shit's just it's not over, and I don't
Yeah.
I know people need to focus on that a little bit more.
Yeah, man, just the best thing you can do, man, take care of yourself, take care of your family, make sure your friends are straight, man. Make sure the
Yeah,
people that you close to are straight, because, you know what I'm saying, we all we got at this point, my nigga. It's like we all we got. We all got to come together and just make sure that everybody is straight. You know what I mean? Just keep, you know what I'm saying, wash your hands, make sure everybody take the proper precautions. You know what I'm saying? Don't spread the shit.
how is shit in your area? Because since I moved from the cliff, like I don't know much other than like DeSoto is supposedly like this. It's really fucked up with it. And then also hearing other people that's not from there saying, hey, I heard that John Wiley Price is not really doing much for the black community. Like, so I don't know what's popping. I know when I hear shit on the news, and I know not to trust that exactly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
like
can't really trust the news. You really can't trust the word that everybody's saying. Everybody, you hearing the same story, but it done been twisted a few times. So it's really, it's really about what you can find out. 'Cause you gonna hear the same story over and over.
yo, yeah, and that's actually why I kind of want to even bypass it. I don't even want to keep talking about COVID because it's like everybody and their mama talking about it, and I understand it's life, so that's why we're talking about it. But
Yeah,
it's just kind of one of those things where you got to just get over that hurdle and just move back to the important shit,
where we gonna be straight though.
which
In
is
the end,
making shit.
in the end, man, we gonna be straight. We just gotta maintain and help each other, man. We gonna be alright.
How do you feel about like just performing in general right now after all this? Have you taken part in any of the like I heard about some people basically having like little spaces where you can perform and it'll get streamed online. I don't know if anybody in Deep Element is doing that, but yeah, are you
Yeah.
familiar with any of that going on?
Nah, I haven't heard much about any of that, but the idea that of what you said is actually pretty fire.
I'm just surprised. Well, and I'm saying it because like I'm so fucking out of touch with just society in general. I don't know if that shit's popping on or not.
I just, man, honestly, dog, I've been kind of closed out for a while now because I've been trying to focus on this project on Soul 73. I've been trying to put my all into this project. It's like I've been like closed out of everything. It's like I'll get on Twitter for here and there and see what's popping because
Mhm.
I follow a lot of people that do um like events and shit in Deep Ellum or whatever. But it ain't really much popping from what I don't see.
Well, shit. In that case, it sounds like we need to talk about Soul 73 some more.
Word, man, it's like I can't wait to get this project finished, yo. It's like I'm so indecisive. It's like, do I think I have enough songs? Do I need to record more and pick another couple songs? I mean, do I want to feature? Do I want to do everything just solo? I mean, it's just I'm so indecisive, yo. That's really why I've been holding this project for so long.
Yeah, because I know. Well, shit. The last time, the last time you dropped the project, I was on my way back from New Orleans, and I remember
Where
just jamming that all the way from, well, shit, not all the way from New Orleans back to Dallas, but as soon as I was leaving, I was like in the part where you get to like a little. I'm being real vague. It's like a little foresty part when you leaving. You see the
yeah,
swamps and you just like you pass the bridges in New Orleans and it was just nothing but trees the whole way. I was
yeah,
jamming that shit, and then that's when I found out about like my track that that I gave you was on there, and yeah, that shit excited me. 'Cause I was sitting there like, oh shit, look at that. It's like one of my offsprings actually did something.
yeah. Yo, that beat was hard, yo. It was like I had to get that joint off you, man.
Well, it's funny because like for me, I'm always like beating myself up about shit because when it comes to producing things, I've like noticed that my shit's kind of it's not what's the word? It's kind of off. It's weird in a way where it's not like the regular shit you would go to. It sounds like some shit that would be more in a video game. And like for me, I've
But that's
owned up
dope
to it.
though. That's dope because you're not following the standard of what's already out here. It's like everybody is doing the same setups and everything. So it's like with yours sounding the way they are, you have your own lane, so that's fire.
There's merit to that, and I also understand in figuring out how to blend it with like a common language too. Because like for me, it's always like finding a balance. Of course, do you, but you want to be able to. I don't know. You want to be able to translate that shit so someone actually picks it up. Like I get it. I get you what you mean too. I know I was thinking of it because there was one concept that I had in mind when I was like making stuff. I was like, instead of trying to get shit out there for people to like rap on and spit on, what I should do is, create your own style. And then, people will want to be interested in using that style after they see you making shit. Cause I remember there's an artist named So Topic. And I remember when he was like getting his up and coming, he was producing shit and everyone was like, oh, that's cool. But things didn't like really start like flocking to it till like he started dropping albums, and then people was hitting him up with that, hey man, I want that beat, I want that So Topic beat. And
Yeah,
it's just like I understood that you sometimes you gotta do your own shit. And I guess you just gotta wave your own flag first so people know that you repping that shit so somebody else wanna get behind it.
yeah, that's a fact.
But
Like the same thing with this clothing brand I'm trying to promote, Original Lifestyle.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, I'm trying to get me and partner with my homie Zay, trying to get this clothing thing off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some eyes on it. It's like people, it's like people will support. They'll support, but they'll support from a distance. You know what I mean? It's like they wait till they see other people supporting before they want to hop on it.
Right?
But it's like you gotta put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing we can do. Just put yourself out there because people watching. You know what I mean? They may not be
What
buying.
made you what made you want to make a clothing brand though, man? I never would have thought that you would be dropping some clothing brand.
Man, I don't know, man. It was clothing always been dope. Plus, I always learned it's better to just rock your own shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
I
I'll support my homies. You know what I mean? They got clothing brands. You know what I'm saying? One of my homies come with a clothing brand. I'll pay and rock his shit. But it's like it's just better to rock your own shit.
I like that. That's always been one of the things that I've wanted to get into. There was always like a certain style that I want to create for myself. Because
Yeah,
I don't know, I was really digging Egyptian pharaohs and shit. So I was like, man, bust up on the scene, you be the only person at the club. You may look at you like, what the fuck is he about to do? But you up there
yeah,
rocking the bangles and shit.
yeah,
Nah, but that
yeah,
shit that
man.
shit sounds fire, man. I definitely once you get that shit up and going, you need to let me know because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a hoodie, and
Yeah,
everybody love hoodies.
yeah, man. We had some. That was the first thing that we dropped too. We had some hoodies, and like them Johns sold out in an instant. Like it wasn't
What
even
about your material?
the material, as in
Like yeah, like what are you making them out of?
with the material we had got it made from overseas.
Okay,
Yeah, so
cotton based or
I think it was cotton based, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the exact fabric. Cause this was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. But like when we got them joints though, everything we had our logo stitched on it and everything, like them joints hold up.
how much were
They,
you selling them for?
we was letting them go for the what, 40?
40.
Yeah, 40 a piece. Just no, I'm saying something
That's just
simple. It's like you're not hitting people over the head with the price. It's reasonable. It's $40 for
yeah.
a hoodie. Know what I mean? Like that's what I always try to tell people. Is like you'll buy some designer shit, such and such $100. The homie, know what I'm saying? The homie got you for the low for the 40. I'm saying why not just shop with the homies, man? It's all in a circle. We all putting it back into the community.
Actually, that shit right there, that's like that brings up that big thing along the question of like why are we still supporting things in the community that's not actually in the community. And honestly, that prime example is like beauty supply stores that are owned by people that live all the way in fucking Denton or just some other place in North Dallas. They live in Carrollton and they drive all the way to the cliff to just extort that community.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how we allow that too. It's like I understand. I'm for everybody, man. It's like everybody get your money how you can get your money. But it's like don't extort a certain race or a certain demographic of people. But it's like
But then
how can you blame them because the people still going
yeah,
there?
yeah. Because Because honestly, if you, I mean, shit, think about it. This, I guess, take it back to some years ago, and you just sitting there going like, man, how can I make some fucking money in this bitch? And then you think about, you go like, oh, I know that black people, I know black girls like to do their hair. I know they like to rock this weave. Well, why don't I invest in that? Go find go to a freaking black community, get these loans that I can get and some other black people at that time couldn't get, and
Yeah,
then open up shop. And ta-da, now you got this shit in your family, and you can just stay there and just make money off of it. Because when you go in there, there's always that older. I mean, I wasn't trying to say older Asian person, but most of the time that's the case.
yeah,
It's an older Asian person there. They own that hoe, and they might let somebody work there, but like they might
it's
like let
very
somebody from the
limited.
community work there. But you know, it's that's you know who running that shit.
Yeah, you know who run it, and then you know their kids gonna work there too. It's a family business. Keep it all in the family.
Yep, because actually it was a gas station off of it's like Polk and see the Polk and Wheatland. And I remember I was in that period when I was like looking for a job. It was after senior year, you just walking around everywhere. Cause that's what me and the homie did. We was like, all right, let's try to get a job. So we go walk around and ask people for a job.
Yeah,
And pretty much at the gas station, they was like, nah man, we keep this shit in the family. We own this gas station over here. We own the other gas station across the street. And basically they got that place on lock. So there's no room for somebody else like in that community to like up the ranks up and do something with it. It's just they keep that shit in the family and they understand that they got the upper hand. And
yeah,
it's like damn. The only thing you can do about that is like you got to get rich, come back, and then overprice overbuy that shit from them. So then you can figure out, am I gonna run this or am I gonna find someone trustworthy that's gonna knock this shit out the park and run this shit so it'd be someone that actually lives there and does this.
we need to get our own spots as well too. It's like if they already got theirs locked down, I bet let me go get my own shit plus that. Know what I mean? Then make them niggas want to come shop from us. Not just
Yeah.
saying that particular gas station, but like other businesses. It's like all these vacant places that's out here that ain't getting, you know what I'm saying, that don't have a business inside them. It's like
Yeah.
when a business do go there, look who running it. It's like it's not a lot of us
It
that's
ain't
running the
us.
site.
And I wonder why exactly that is. Because I know the other thing that it's like it's really hard to get us to work together. And it's like, because I don't know, it's like it's real easy for us to say, man, that's a nigga. I don't want to interact with this person. They not on the same level as me. I find them way too ignorant, so I ain't finna associate with them. And it's like they don't take the time to actually sit there and try to find the communication to try to
Yeah,
connect with somebody.
it shouldn't be that way, yo. Everybody needs to come to a middle, come to an agreement on certain things or a lot of things, and just put the work in together. It's like if we not together, bro, we gonna always be behind in everything. We gonna always be behind if we're not together.
That reminds me. Are you familiar with it's a black guy by the name of Umar Johnson?
I'm I haven't seen like everything, but I've seen a few video clips from him.
It's one of those things for me. I bring it up because like it's one of those things that parallels with just black people working together, and like you get things like that, and like I'm gonna say this, I don't think you associated with the black Israelites because I don't want to get shanked for speaking out of well basically out of not being in that shit, but but like it's one of those things where it sometimes bothers me because I understand the concept of okay, let's stick with the black people, let's just be with the black people and only the black people, and that's state force, and so that's the rhetoric that they talk about. But my problem with it is it's like the reality is we live in this melting pot,
Yeah,
and I don't think I think we'll be going backwards if only thing we're focusing on is just our race. You can't just ignore you just can't ignore the fact that there's other races there. It's just not. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean I get their concept, but I feel like it's just so incorrect. like it's not taking account of the environment that they're actually in. It's like they're asking for segregation all over again.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
crazy, bro.
it is crazy. I'm it's because for me, it's like I wish I had a bunch of money so I could just give it away and then see what people do with it. So I can either be like, all right, well, they they pulled it off. I'm glad. But then the other side is like, what if that shit just turns completely wrong? Because I think about these ideas that they have drafted up, and all you got to do is let that idea get to a very radical person, and next thing you know, you got people like, fuck it, man, I'm about to go down here with a gun, and we about to show them what we mean, and it's just like you don't get nowhere.
Yeah, you don't get nowhere with that, and nothing gets done. It's like you did all of that just for everything to still be the same. It's like just chill, man. It's like we're not gonna agree with everything, but we gotta come. I don't know, man. It all boils down. We just gotta come together.
Yeah. And you know what? The best way we can do that is fucking making that music. Because it's always funny in those sci-fi. Well, I hate when I do that. Say it's always funny when I meant to say it's always interesting. But in those sci-fi movies, when
Yeah,
um when you don't know the language and you go to these places, what do they do to communicate? They turn on some music and then people be like, ah shit, I can get jiggy with this shit. And then like everybody's like having a good time. And
yeah.
I feel like that's where it's at. That is where it's at. That's the language we all understand.
But not just any kind of music. Like we need the right music. We need the right message put out there. It's
I
like
mean, yeah,
who's really bringing the people together. Cause the way I see it, we're not really ready for a revolution. The way that I've seen people act since everything's so called reopened. I mean, seeing how people act is like, nah, we're not ready for that.
we not. It's a it's a scary thing because when you got you like man, humans are you don't know what they're gonna do. It's sad to say. It's almost better to expect the worst out of them because then you know that yeah I don't know. It's like I don't want to think that way because it's like you're being you can stay
But it's
positive about it.
crazy. It's crazy because I got hope for people. I have hope for humans, not just us as black people. I have hope for humans. But it's like people always show that it's like, damn, bro, we might not make it, yo. I mean, it's like when you see certain things and you see different tendencies of people, it's like, nah, that person might not make it. You know what I'm saying? You probably know what to do if some shit hit the fan. It's like you see the tendencies in people. A lot of people ain't got it, yo.
Yeah, I think it's because we're in this age where we only focus on ourselves, and it's so much. We focus on ourselves so much now. Like, and then of course that's a product of the internet. We just get fucking closed off,
That
and I
fucking
think
social media shit is the devil, yo.
that's why I'm off that shit. Like that's when we were going back and forth, I'd pop up. It would be like a day or so when I respond because ever since I did my purge from it, and that was before the 2 years ago. I think that was like maybe like if it wasn't a two, it was all I know is it's been a long ass time since I was like affiliated with any social media. But doing
Yeah.
that, it opened my mind to just realizing like there's a whole world out here that we're missing because somebody wants to be like, let me take a picture of that when it's so much better to just enjoy that shit right then and there.
Bro, remember like 15 years ago, we ain't even had it.
Yeah,
We
bro.
no, we no, we didn't have Facebook. This was way before MySpace. MySpace popped off in like what '04. So before that, before like '03, '04, we didn't have none of that.
Bro, I didn't touch Facebook until it was either whatever year was graduating. Was that like 12 or 11? I think 11. And the only reason I even made a Facebook because I did this web design class, and they were saying, "Hey, we're gonna give you your assignments off of Facebook, so you got to make a Facebook to be in this class." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, now I guess I gotta do this." Because I had planned on being that guy that was like, nah, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. That's not what I'm doing. And and then because it gets addicting. Because I remember the way when you were starting it, you get on there, and the first thing you do is you say, all right, well, I don't know this person, but I know this picture, and I've seen them in the hallway, so I'm gonna add this person, I'm gonna add that
Yeah,
person. Next thing you know, you up there got like everybody in the goddamn school. You don't talk to none of them motherfuckers, and you just sitting there going like, okay, okay, well, that's Facebook. That is fucking Facebook.
then another thing, you get caught in that time warp. You scroll your timeline, and you get to scroll it about 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, right. That's just Facebook. Not to mention the other sites on there. I don't know if you've been to
Oh
Reddit.
my god, Twitter.
If you've
Nah,
been to
I
Reddit,
don't even be on Reddit.
bruh, Reddit, you'll sit there and you'll be on Reddit and you'll just be scrolling. You'll be like, God damn it! Like there's a setting on there where you can make it where your phone switches from like if it's nighttime, it'll be black, and then you
Yeah,
can have it where it switches to where it comes like basically goes white when it's morning. I
yeah.
remember my ass sitting there just fucking scrolling, commenting, trolling, talking back and forth about shit, looking at porn and shit. And next thing I know, it's fucking the morning. I'm like, oh God. And it's just because you're just sitting there scrolling. You're just wasting your time. And
Pretty
that's why
much,
you gotta
man.
purge that shit.
That time warp, yo. Like you get to scroll and you get in that warp, it's a wrap. Like a whole hour go by, you be like, damn, I just sat here for a whole hour, but it only felt like 15 minutes.
And that's I don't know. I feel like it sucks, but it's like a product of if you're stuck in the hyperdrive all the time, you want to do some mindless shit. If you're
Yeah,
not using your mind for the way you want to use it, the next thing you know, you're exhausted as shit. So you just like fuck it, man. Let me just scroll. Let me play some useless ass game and build. You're basically helping somebody else build something with the fact that you're exhausted, and somebody's basically decided like, yo, I can take advantage of this. Because like that's what a lot of people do. They say, all right, how can I capitalize on the broken community to make me richer? And that's that's
yeah.
that's the shit we deal with. We don't deal with people trying to make things last forever or make
We
things
just want it
better.
right now.
Yeah, they wanna figure out how they can get the right now and make their money stack so they're good and whoever their people is good.
And yeah, get into some other things and you know what I'm saying, get some off that. There's a lot of vultures out here, man. There's a lot of vultures out here. We gotta weed the vultures out.
What's the there's this thing I always enjoy from Star Trek. Um, there's an episode I forgot what it was, but there was a guy that I think was like frozen, and he was frozen to the point where he comes back into like he comes back to into the basically he when he gets brought back, he's in the future and he's up there asking shit like, hey man, I want some money, give me some money. I'm trying to rob everybody for their money, and I'm butchering this fucking plot line, but the point that happened, the people on the ship was like, what the fuck is money? We don't know what that shit is because they've moved past this whole fucking you need resources like that. It's more along the lines of we're all here to promote. Fucking my words got lost. The point I was trying to get at is like the it's like the currency has now changed into, God damn it, I knew that word. What is the word I'm trying to use? It's like they're I hate when this shit happens. That's the worst. It's like it's there because I've said the shit before, and now I'm just like lost as fuck trying to figure out what the hell the word is.
Had a brain fart.
Yeah, bro, it sucks because it's like it's right there. I've said these exact words before, and now I'm just like, fuck. It's it's basically when you better a community. Like the definition of the word is like when you better society. All you're doing is you're attempting to, man, fuck it. Like now I'm pissed. Now I'm fucking pissed because I can't find the word. We'll return to that whenever I find the fucking word.
Keep that noted.
Nah, that shit gonna be forgotten. But shit. Now that I didn't fucking had a brain tangent in there, that shit didn't lift off the fucking back end. Do you
Um,
do you game or anything?
I do a little here and there. I'm not as hardcore as I used to be, but every now and then, probably get on some Tekken or some Mortal Kombat or something.
Okay,
Just
okay.
some Marvel versus Capcom or something. Just something simple.
That's what's up. I for me, like it's so easy to get lost in them hoes. Cause like I said, you can either be lost in your phone or you can be lost in literally a fucking video game. You can justify it as much as you want to, because we all do
Yeah,
it. We sit there and be like, yeah, man, this is this though. This is this though. And
yeah,
I'm a fucking product of that shit. I'd be like, at least I'm not on my phone. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. And
yeah. It's we do substitute it though. It's like as long as we're not you know what I'm saying, face first on our phone, we playing the game. It seems better. It's still bad, but it's not bad because people get paid to do it. But it's bad as like health wise.
is it bad though that, like, like I was saying earlier, like a lot of people really want to figure out how they can make something that other people will basically just eat up and be
Yeah,
addicted to and waste their time with, so they can basically fuel themselves to be better and do more shit. Is it bad that, like, I at the same time I want to be able to do that, because it's like you're taking advantage of the system and it's fucked up, but it's like that's what we've been presented. It's capitalism at its finest, and we all want to take part of it because we live in this system. So we want to figure out how we can do better. And it seems like
yeah,
I don't know, it seems like the answer to it is like you got to make a bunch of money. You always got to make a bunch of money, or you got to make a really good idea that you can sell for a bunch of money.
yeah. It's like what is that shit gonna do in the long run?
Yeah,
How it's gonna benefit us in the long run?
I feel like if it's not allowing you to help humanity move forward, then you shouldn't be doing it. Well, do I feel that way? Yeah, no, because like for the longest, I've been asking myself the question of where is the positive in the negative? Because most of the time, when someone's being negative, they're being negative so they can reinforce the positive. It's like the only fucking way that matters is the
Mm,
positivity. And I'm like, because I'm trying to run through all these scenarios where the negative will be important, and where it's like you need to do that. But all it turns back to is the negative is there to reinforce just how important it is to be positive.
yeah, I feel you. I feel
I
you,
don't know.
bro.
I think I've hit that level of I'm finna start talking in riddles. Because there's another one I always ask my homies. I always go, is it more important to be a balanced person, or to step back and realize that it's balanced because everybody is basically just all these different frequencies, and that's what the balance is. It's like what is it? What is it? Because like I feel like the desire, at least for me, my desire would be, how can I be what I need to be when it's needed at all times? That's what I would desire. It's like I would want to be that. And I know that's like asking for some scripted superhero type shit, but that's the
Yeah,
desire.
everybody do have that desire though that they want, whether it's for themselves or others. Everybody has that one desire that they truly want.
What's yours?
Damn, that's a good ass question. Nah, for real though. It's like I I inspire I inspire to inspire the people
Mm.
in any way that I can really, whether it's music, fashion, or just having a simple conversation with somebody. It's like you can change somebody's perspective or to have somebody change their view on things just by talking.
Yeah, yeah. Communication, bro. I mean, that's what we. I think that's what we're figuring out. It's like it took all this time of us fucking slaughtering each other to get to this point to realize we don't have to do that. We can figure
It's
out
not
this shit
needed.
another way.
It's not needed, man. Like at all, everything, the way that we treat each other, man, we treat each other. We think the other people treat us bad. We treat each other bad. Like for real, for real. So it's like we gotta treat each other good first. Once we start treating each other better, then everything else will fall in place.
Yeah, that's how do you
But
do it? How
who am
you?
I? Just a guy from the hood.
I mean, but it's crazy because like your heart's in the right place. So that means at the end, even it's like when whatever you do, that means you're trying. You're trying to put that best foot forward. Like that's it's. I had a homie. I had a homie. He would always say that he's like manufacturing light, and like the thing with that is like when he told me that shit, I was like, yo, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. It's about keeping that energy, man. It's about keeping that shit going. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You got to keep the people going, and that's basically what you said earlier. That's my desire. I want to inspire people to inspire people, so you can keep that shit going. Of course, it's like little shit that I want to do. It's like there's fundamental shit that I really want to do, but just
Yeah,
the mission statement is how can I inspire other people to inspire other people to inspire other people, and just that's it. That's the goal. That is the
it's a
goal.
it's a chain reaction in life, man. That's what we need. None of all of
That's what we
this
need.
trying to get over the next person, trying to stun over on the next person. It's like that's not needed, yo. We can all do that together. I mean, why not get together and stunt? I'm saying we ain't gotta stunt on the next person. Why not give them some game so they can stunt on their own too? It's like
Yeah,
help each other.
yeah.
That's all we need, man.
You got these old heads that believe that everybody needs to struggle. Like they're stuck in the evolution part where it's like, yo, we had to struggle, so you gonna have to struggle the same way, and that always annoys me because like the
Nah,
same shit
bro.
with like school.
A lot of them
If you can,
OGs ain't really OGs, man. Like being honest, because if you let your people struggle, no, I'm saying if you came up from the struggle, you not helping your people trying to be better, man. You can't call yourself no OG. If you got young cats out here killing each other over whatever rules y'all go by, it's like that's not no OG shit, man. We're supposed to be uplifting the people that's coming behind
that makes
us.
me want to ask you, how do you feel about what's his name? The guy with the rainbow colors, the one that was in jail for snitching and shit.
That guy.
What's his
I
name?
never, I never really spoke on that situation really because I'm
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not no I'm not no street nigga. So it's like I'm from the hood, but I'm not no street nigga. So it's like them different codes or whatever they go by. It's like I can't really just
Yeah.
speak on none of that. I ain't never been to
So,
jail or none of that, so I can't. It's just certain shit I just can't really speak on. But
yeah.
what I feel like since he got out, he just been really, you know what I'm saying, just talking like he been talking spicy. It's like God gotta chill, man. It's like cause that
I
snitch
didn't even
word,
know he was
that
out.
snitch word, that snitch word is heavy, bro. It's like once niggas label you as a snitch and it's proving you a snitch, man. Just from my point of view, it's like nah, you can't really make no noise out here.
Yeah. That's I feel that way too. Like it's funny because like I had an incident where like I got into it with my little bro. We were fighting in like the middle of the street one time, and it was one of those situations where yeah, if it was in the middle of an alley and nobody could see, then you know you can handle that shit up and get it taken care of. But then
Yeah,
if you in a situation like the way that the situation went down, we was fighting in the middle of the street, and outsiders were starting to call the cops, and the person that started this shit was about to like try to get off and leave, and it would have resulted in my ass going to jail. And like my whole thing is like, yo, I ain't finna go to jail for nobody else. That ain't some shit that I'm here to do. I'm nah, that ain't some shit that I'm about to do. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being real vague with it because it's one of those situations where I don't really yet know of how deep in detail I want to go on shit like that because it's
Now I feel you, cause it's like it's if that's why it's like that. That's why I say that snitch word is heavy, cause it's iffy. It's like,
it is.
you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna give up information to get yourself off? Cause you don't want to do all of that. But it's like you was already in that, and you know what I'm saying. You was living by that, so that's
No,
how I understand what the streets talking about when they say, "Nah, you was banging that, and you was repping that, you was talking spicy." So when you go down for it, you know what I'm saying, don't start crying about it. So I understand. It's like, yo, ain't nobody, nah,
ain't
bro.
nobody really about that life. We don't live that life. Like I had to learn that shit as I progressed and because when I was younger, when we was down in like fucking College Station in Bryan, like with your cousins, you would always joke around and be like, "Yo, man, I'm blood. I'm this. I'm that." When really you just picking this because you like the color red, and it's like that shit's
Yeah,
stupid. And when you actually go to an environment where that is the culture, bro, when I got to Cali, my dumb ass forgot that you're not supposed to wear those colors and like I didn't like nothing went down, but like just like the fact that I was with like my family is and whatnot there, and it was like, "What you doing? You ain't going nowhere. I don't care if you just going to the rich side of town. We don't do that here. You don't wear that shit here. You don't do that." And like I
yeah,
had a backpack and everything, had to go to Walmart, had to go change my gear and everything because it was I forgot, man. I packed fucking red pants like I was still gonna be just moving back and forth through Dallas and shit. And and I didn't think about it. I was real shit. Oh yeah, I'm a real gullible ass nigga. And and it was just one of those things like when you don't sometimes you don't know it till you actually get to breathe that air. And
yeah,
like everything from the football teams, bro. Like it's like the alternate colors, like motherfuckers are wearing green and purple. And we were passing by like a park, and it was a football practice, and that's what the teams were wearing. It wasn't a practice; they were like they were having a scrimmage or whatever. And and yeah, bro, it's like it's crazy, but motherfuckers not wearing those colors unless they in those sets. And if they are, that means shit's getting fucked up. I don't know how hardcore it is anymore because like I was hoping because the way it was sounding, the way Kendrick was promoting, we need to be together. We need to drop this bullshit. I I was thinking that maybe that was changing that face over there. I don't follow it enough to know if that's true, but it's like I really wish that was the thing because when you think about the culture of how that shit even started, it's some bullshit. Like I don't remember if it was the Bloods who were a part of the Crips at first, and it's like it was a branch and they went somewhere else, and now you have these two opposing sides that basically are clashing against each other when they should just drop all that shit and focus on some other bullshit. I don't know, man. It's I'm
like
rambling, but it's just like that's truth.
I feel you. Is way more stuff important in the world to worry about than what color I'm wearing, or know what I'm saying, what street I'm from. There's way more important stuff in the world. I mean, to worry about. It's like none of that is important, man.
I know what's that?
Choice
What's
of
his
wearing
name?
this color, it's wow. But I'm, you know, people got codes that they go through. You know,
It's like how do you reteach a person? Because that's one of the things I've been learning. It's like the shit that I learned growing up might not necessarily mean that I learned the right thing or the thing that will help me progress and keep evolving. And like an
yeah,
example of that is my mama and them always told me, don't let nobody throw shit at you. Because if somebody's throwing shit at you, they're treating you like a dog. And since I was taught that like all my life, like even the slightest little thing, somebody could just be being real frivolous and just like, oh, they dropping a pin or some shit. Like I have to retell myself every time that they're not doing this to throw harm at you. You've just been taught this thing. You've been taught this real incorrect thing. And
Yeah,
it's so hard to reteach yourself because your wires are fucked up. You gotta sit there and take them hoes out, sit back and chill and rewire that shit.
that's how it is, man. A lot of things that we learned, a lot of that stuff was taught like different ways, how to treat people, how to not to be treated. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff was taught, but a lot we learned too. It was like it was taught, but we learned it, and everybody came from a different background, so everything might not be the same where you came from. It's like
Hey, bro,
everybody lives different.
it cut out for like a good 5 minutes. All I heard was everybody lived differently. You might want to repeat that again.
Word, word. I don't forgot everything I done said.
But no, I get your point, and honestly, like that, like I'm just saying on the whole part where the shit broke out. Like one of the things I really want to do is like it'd be cool if I get a nice bag or just a space that's just like generously given to a nigga to where I want to be able to go to a place, be able to record there, and be able to sit down and people meet me there so I can like actually keep this shit going. That'd be real cool. I'm especially if I get the hang of it to a point where it's like it's just natural for me.
Yeah,
That's I saw like because honestly, I feel like the inspiration to do this came from like the Joe Rogan show
I
because
watched that a lot. Joe
bro,
Rogan is that dude.
he understands that it's a spectrum and you need to sit down and take part in all these different perspectives. He's a real ass nigga, and yeah, man, it's like it reminds you too that communication is the way. You need to sit down and actually talk. People get so fucking caught up in the red of it. And what I mean like that is just like niggas just get so furious and they don't take the time to just bro, you can talk this shit out. You don't have
Yeah.
to fucking
Everything doesn't require emotion.
true, true, true. But I know how easy it is because humans are an emotional being. Like that's the
Yeah,
that's the easiest thing we know.
that's a
That's where
fact.
that discipline kicks in.
But you just have to analyze your situation. It's like, is it is it is it necessary to get that way? If not, then don't turn up. Just answer politely or respond. You know what I mean? Just you don't always have to be at 100 all the time. It's not needed.
Yeah, I fucking learned that shit the hard way. That
And a lot
shit
of people
there.
have I've learned a few things in life the hard way. It's like, we all go through something. It's just what can you take from that situation? How can you apply that in case that situation happens again? Say you'll react a little different.
You
Because
have a situation
a
that you
lot of
can
us are
share.
going, a lot of us are all going through the same situations over and over. I mean, we just
Yeah.
gotta get our mind right. And, you know what I'm saying? Get to it.
You have a situation that you can share.
Situation. Yo, I'm trying to start back working, yo. Niggas been unemployed since like February or something. I just cool and looking for a little JO. Just something. Cause these bills ain't gonna stop, bro.
They not.
These, these bills ain't gonna stop, man. So niggas just trying to come up on some loot. You dig? Yeah,
That's the worst part about all this. Like even the bills don't stop. And one of the other things that bothered me is like for me, I got sent home to work, and it's like I was lucky to be able to be in that kind of situation.
yeah,
But the thing they don't talk about, the thing they don't compensate you for is you're now at home. That means you now using all your electricity during the
Hmm.
day. You now everything that you normally don't have to think about when you are at work, that's just now times 10 at the house.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's just like, yo man, it's because I heard stories of motherfuckers doing this. It's almost easier to just say fuck it, get that unemployment check, and and just fucking live off that. Because some people were getting paid more on that than they were originally at their jobs.
And that's crazy. That's to let you know how crazy these jobs are and how they lowballing people. If you could get more money off of unemployment than you do working, that is crazy.
I really think the base pay should be $15 an hour. That's like some shit that's I don't know, bro. That sounds correct. Even though you don't get to get all your shit on that, if you
Man, it's more money. It's more money in the world, man. To give people even more than that.
yeah, it's the idea that I would always run with is we need to get past all these simple needs, like no one should have to care about what food they're gonna eat. No, my bigger one is no one should have to care about how they're gonna take care of their goddamn health because like this life is about living, right? So
Yeah.
it's in our best interest to keep these people alive. So why don't we do that? Why don't we just let them? I don't know. There needs to be some kind of system in place that's just like, oh, you got your arm cut off? No, we're not gonna charge you fucking $50,000 for this shit because that's all that's gonna do is make you fucking have an aneurysm, and it should just be like, damn man, you fucking dying. We can't just let this motherfucker die. We need this motherfucker. He's a human. He could be doing so much more shit. Look at the opportunity.
Yeah.
That's not how it go. I just don't know where we went wrong to start thinking about that because we control how much shit costs. At the end of the day, when humans sit back and look at all this shit, we smack the number on that shit. So that means we should be able to control the fucking number. Oh shit.
Word.
Oh, I didn't know if you I didn't know if the
Nah,
shit
nah,
cut out or
nah,
what.
nah. Nah, it ain't cut out. I'm just sitting back thinking, man.
But shit, bruh, I, I gotta actually get ready to bounce because I'm actually when I get to the crib, I got some shit to work on, and
Yeah.
it's what's funny, just more on my end. Like another reason why I want to do this shit too is like I've been gone for too long. I can't just drop a project anymore. I'm it's not like high school where you could drop some shit and everybody and their mama gonna listen. The
Yeah.
reality is now people are like having their whole life and that's more important than somebody that's trying to sit there and play some music in their ear. So I think the best way for me to reconnect with people is to literally reconnect with people. And like I have like the other day I was talking to a homie that I ain't seen in probably like a year, and he's a fucking cool ass homie. Like this nigga's close, super close. But my dumb ass, I always go ghost. Like it's just been an unnatural thing for me. Like even in high school, like I
Yeah.
always I always remember it would just be like everybody's hanging out, and there's that energy in me that just like I really want to be away from the world right now, and it's like a bad habit that I'm really trying to get control of. It's so easy to be that way. It's I don't know.
Crazy.
I'm
It's crazy
bigger.
because I'm such a loner too, so I always feel like this. Like I know where people at. It's like I'm just over here chilling if y'all need me. You know what I'm saying? But I just rather be away right now.
See, you understand it. You understand it. It's it's a weird thing. Like, cause I don't. It's like I don't want to be that way, but then sometimes I need to be that way.
It's
And
just natural, but sometimes it's needed. Sometimes you have to just step away and just think for yourself.
yeah, Well, shit, bro, you should tell everybody how they can get at you.
Yo, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Big Homie Larson. Knows I got music on Spotify and Tidal and Apple Music and all that. You know, you can stream the music, or if you want to just pay me directly, you know what I'm saying, hit me up on Bandcamp. I got music on there as well. My music is everywhere, man. It's Gran Larson or Big Homie Larson, whatever you want to search me as. It's yo, man. It's dig the music, man. Peep the vibes. It's like keep the vibes alive, man. It's, all we got is each other, yo.
What's up? All right, sorry, I'm about to head out, and shit. Like honestly, thanks for taking the fucking time out to even like catch up, because I know life is, like I said, the hyperdrive is fucking real. I understand it, and
No doubt,
it's
man. I'm an understanding person, man. Life happens first, yo. So once you
yo
finish with life, you know what I'm saying, and you finish everything that you got to do, you know what I'm saying, holla at your boy.
yo. Oh, and thanks for being a part of this guinea pig shit. I'm still figuring this shit out. I can't wait to do this shit again. Next time I'm gonna have your ass freestyle or something.
That's word. That's where I got you.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you later.
I ain't no doubt. One. 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 I ain't no doubt.